Here's what no one will tell you. If you're over 60, many women don't want you. They want your money, your pension, your paid-off house, your life insurance. You feel it, right? The sudden interest when retirement comes up, the questions about your home, the push to take care of each other. Today, you'll see exactly how this targeting works. You'll learn the warning signs. You'll get simple boundaries that protect what you built over 40 years. We're not here to scare you. We're here to make you smart, so you can date without losing what's yours. Ready? Let's go. But first, why are you such a target? The answer will shock you. Why men 60 plus are targeted? You have what they want. Let's start with the truth. You have a target on your back. It's not your charm, it's your bank account. At 60 plus, you represent three things predators love: steady income that hits every month, valuable assets like paid-off homes, emotional needs they can exploit. Your pension is like clockwork. Your house has real equity. Your life insurance has actual value. To them, you're not a boyfriend. You're a business plan. But here's what makes you vulnerable. Retirement changes everything. Your daily routine shifts. Your social circle shrinks. If you're divorced or widowed, loneliness hits hard. And predators? They watch for these moments. They know when your guard is down. Think about it. When did the interest spike? Right after you mentioned retirement? After talking about your house? That timing isn't random. It's calculated. The psychology is simple but brutal. You want to feel desired again. You miss having someone care about your day. So when attention comes, you don't question the timing. You don't ask why someone 20 years younger suddenly finds you amazing. But here's the pattern you need to see. Real attraction builds slowly. Financial attraction moves fast. If someone pushes for exclusivity in weeks, talks about moving in together, asks detailed questions about your assets early on, that's not love. That's research. Now, let's talk about the money reality. Your generation built wealth differently. You stayed at jobs for decades. You paid off mortgages. You saved in pensions that younger people don't have. To someone looking for a shortcut? You're the jackpot. Your monthly income is predictable. Social Security, pension, maybe some investments. That looks like guaranteed cash flow to someone planning to access it. Your paid-off home represents equity they can live in, or influence. Your life insurance means they could benefit from your death. Harsh. Yes. True? Elder law attorneys see this every single day. Here's where it gets tricky. The emotional manipulation targets your identity. After retirement, many men feel invisible. Your status came from work. Your purpose was clear. Now what? When someone young and attractive shows interest, it feels like proof you still matter. That's the hook. They make you feel special while they evaluate your assets. They compliment your wisdom while asking about your finances. They talk about the future while calculating their access. The brain trap works like this. You want the attention to be real. So your brain edits out the red flags. You explain away the money questions. You ignore the timeline pressure. You rationalize the coincidences. But your gut knows something's off. That's why you're here. The truth is simple. Real partners at this stage don't rush financial conversations. They don't push for quick commitments. They don't need access to your accounts to feel close. They respect your boundaries because they have their own assets to protect. So how do you tell the difference? How do you spot someone who wants your retirement fund versus someone who wants you? That's exactly what we're covering next. The specific tactics they use and the warning signs that never lie. The Predator Playbook. How they target your money. Now let's get specific. Adult Protective Services sees the same playbook over and over. Once you know these tactics, they're impossible to miss. First up, love bombing. This isn't normal dating. This is intense, overwhelming affection designed to shut down your thinking. Daily texts, constant calls, over-the-top compliments about how different and special you are. Why does this work? Your brain gets flooded with feel-good chemicals. You stop thinking clearly. You start thinking, finally, someone who gets me. But here's the tell. Love bombing has a timeline. It lasts just long enough to get you hooked. Then comes the ask. Next tactic, fast-track intimacy. They push for exclusivity in weeks, not months. They want to move in together to save money. They talk about engagement after knowing you for a month. Real question, why the rush? Healthy relationships can handle a slow timeline. Predators can't. They need access before you wise up. Here's where money enters the picture. It starts small. A temporary loan for car repairs. Can they be an authorized user on your credit card for emergencies? Maybe open a joint account for household expenses. The pattern is always the same. Small ask, bigger ask, massive ask. A $200 loan becomes a $2,000 transfer, becomes access to your retirement account. Elder law attorneys call this the escalation ladder. Each step makes the next one seem normal. And notice, they never offer written agreements. No repayment schedules, no involving your financial advisor, just trust. Now comes the beneficiary angle. This is where real damage happens. You'll hear lines like, "If we're serious, shouldn't I be on your life insurance?" Or, "I need security to plan my future with you." They target three things: your will, your beneficiary designations, your property titles. The pressure is emotional. Don't you want to take care of me? But the result is financial. Here's a fact from elder law. Beneficiary changes under emotional pressure are almost never reversed. Once they're in your will, getting them out becomes a legal nightmare. Then there's the caregiving trap. It sounds generous. They'll help with your medications, drive you to appointments, handle your mail, set up helpful apps on your phone. But caregiving equals access. With your mail, they see bank statements. With your phone, they can reset passwords. With your routine, they control your information flow. Digital romance scams deserve special attention. These happen online. Fake photos, made-up stories, crisis narratives that always need money. The requests follow a pattern. Wire transfers, gift cards, cryptocurrency, always untraceable, always urgent, always secret. Don't tell anyone about this. If you're asked to send money to someone you've never met in person, it's a scam. No exceptions. End the conversation. But here's a tactic that's pure evil, and it's happening to men just like you every day. Isolation. They slowly separate you from family and friends. Your adult children become controlling. Your friends become negative influences. They want you all to themselves. Why? Fewer eyes mean fewer questions. Isolation removes your support system. It makes you dependent on them for validation and advice. Power of attorney manipulation is the nuclear option. They push for legal authority over your finances, just in case something happens. They frame it as love and preparation. But here's the truth. Powers of attorney can be misused while you're perfectly healthy. Once someone has that document, they can access your accounts, sell your property, and redirect your income. Watch for paper trail avoidance, cash-only requests, no receipts, hostility toward involving your lawyer or accountant. When someone says, "Don't you trust me?" translate that as, "Don't make me accountable." The timing patterns tell the story. They disappear after getting money. They reappear around pension deposit dates. They're suddenly available during tax season or insurance renewal time. Your presence correlates with your cash flow. That's management, not love. Here's the bottom line. These tactics work because they exploit normal human needs. You want companionship. You want to feel generous. You want to trust someone special. But predators weaponize those needs against you. The good news? Every tactic has a counter move. Every manipulation has a boundary that stops it cold. That's what we're covering next. Your defense system. Simple rules that protect your assets. Here's your defense system. Simple rules that protect your assets while you date. Think of these as your non-negotiables. You don't debate them. You state them and watch the reaction. Rule number 1. The 12-month firewall. No joint accounts. No shared bills, no co-signed loans, no beneficiary changes, nothing financial merges for 1 full year. Why 12 months? It reveals true character. Predators push speed. Real partners respect your timeline. If someone says, "That shows you don't trust me," your answer is simple. "It's how I protect what I built. If we're solid, time will prove it." Here's how this works in practice. You split dinner, use separate cards, you take a trip, book your own room, or clearly split costs with receipts. No exceptions. They need help with bills? That goes through your financial advisor with written agreements, not your problem to solve immediately. Real emergencies have documentation. Rule number 2, verification before integration. You check identity, employment history, and address stability before any big steps. Background checks aren't paranoid, they're smart. Frame it as mutual safety. We both deserve clarity before we get serious. A secure person says, "Of course." A predator turns it into a loyalty test. Rule number 3, your advisor team stays in charge. Any major decision goes through your elder law attorney and financial planner first. Moving in together, changing beneficiaries, large purchases, use them as the bad cop. Say, "My advisor team requires documentation for anything financial." This removes pressure from you. Makes your boundary external policy, not personal rejection. Rule number 4, no caregiving access to finances. If they help with health stuff, great, but they don't handle your mail. They don't know your passwords. They don't get your 2-factor authentication codes. Separate help from control. Caregiving is about your well-being. Finance is about your security. Never mix them. Rule number 5, social integration is mandatory. Real partners want to meet your adult children and friends. They don't isolate you or control access to your support system. Schedule regular check-ins with family. Introduce your partner early. If they resist meeting your circle or try to limit contact, that's a massive red flag. Here's your housing boundary. No cohabitation without legal protection. That means a signed agreement spelling out costs, responsibilities, and exit terms, plus separate accounts. Always, your home is your biggest asset. Don't let someone move in based on feelings alone. Protect it with paperwork. Now, let's talk about gift and loan policies. New relationships get $0 in gifts or loans above $100, period. If you ever choose to help financially, it's documented. Amount, purpose, repayment plan, signatures. Better yet, route it through your CPA. Pushback on paperwork? That's your answer. Create communication boundaries too. Most of your relationship happens in person. Phone and video are fine. But money conversations? Those are informational only, never transactional. Scams thrive in private digital channels. Face-to-face time reveals truth. If your relationship lives mostly in texts, you're vulnerable to scripts and manipulation. But what do you actually say when they push back? Here are the exact words that work. What to say, scripts that keep you safe. Let's put real words to your boundaries. Short, calm lines that keep you out of arguments and inside your protection zone. When they push for financial merging, say this: "I keep finances separate for the first year. That's my policy." If they keep pushing, add, "This isn't about you. It's how I date. If we're good together, time will show it." Then stop talking. Silence is your diagnostic tool. Their reaction tells you everything. For verification requests, use this script. I do background checks before big steps. It's standard for me. If you get pushback, say, "We both deserve safety and clarity. Real relationships handle verification." Watch their face. Secure people say, "Makes sense." Predators make it about trust and loyalty. When they ask about beneficiaries, those don't change until we've proven long-term stability. If they say, "If you loved me, you'd add me," respond with, "Love is daily behavior. Beneficiaries are legal decisions. I don't rush either." For money requests, keep it simple. I don't send money in new relationships. If that's a problem, we're not aligned. Don't explain why. Don't list exceptions. Just state it and wait. Here are micro boundaries you can use today. ID verification. Let's exchange driver's licenses before we travel together. No ID, no trip. Address check. I'll mail you a card to confirm your address. Returned mail is data, employment verification. Tell me about your work. I'd love to see where you spend your days. Vague answers or resistance? Red flag. Social proof. I'd like to meet one of your close friends. Integration matters. Isolation is a warning. Here's how to handle common pressure situations. Emergency money crisis. I don't do emergency transfers. If you want help, we can set up a written agreement through my accountant. If they refuse paperwork, your answer is no. Moving in together. Cohabitation requires a written agreement and separate accounts. My attorney handles this. If they say that kills romance, reply, it protects our relationship by removing money stress. Here's your de-escalation toolkit when they push back. I hear you. My boundary still stands. I'm not changing my policy. We can revisit this after we build consistency. If this boundary doesn't work for you, I understand. We might not be compatible. This is how I protect what I built over 40 years. It's not negotiable. Notice the pattern? You acknowledge their feelings, but don't negotiate your standards. You're not mean. You're clear. Practice these lines out loud. When you can say them without defensiveness, your tone carries authority. Confidence in your boundaries is attractive to the right people and repelling to predators. The filter works both ways. You're not just protecting yourself, you're attracting people who respect structure. But how do you recognize when someone actually does respect your worth? What healthy looks like? Real versus fake interest. Now, let's flip the script. What does genuine interest actually look like at your age? How do you spot someone who wants you, not your assets? Start with pace. A secure partner is comfortable with slow. They don't set deadlines for commitment. They don't pressure you about timelines. Interest stays steady whether you say yes or no to big steps. If energy only spikes when money topics come up, that's transactional. When it's real, attention is consistent on boring Tuesday afternoons, not just when your pension deposits. Watch for reciprocity in small things. You plan lunch? They plan the next one. You drive this week? They offer to drive next time. They don't keep score or turn favors into leverage. Here's the key. Healthy partners respect your financial independence and maintain their own. They're not looking for you to solve their money problems. Financial transparency without access is a strong sign. You can talk openly about retirement, budgets, and boundaries. But there's no pressure to merge accounts or share passwords. They can handle no without turning cold. They see separate finances as two adults managing themselves, not a lack of love. Time consistency matters. Pay attention to how interest behaves before and after you state a boundary. If you say, I don't mix finances with dating, and they stay warm and present, you're seeing emotional maturity. If warmth turns conditional or they get distant, that's control, not commitment. Social integration is huge. Healthy partners want to meet your adult children and friends. They're curious about your life. They don't steer conversations away from your family or delay meeting people indefinitely. They also invite you into their world. You meet their friends. You see their routine. An integrated relationship reduces secrecy and increases accountability on both sides. Watch their conflict style. Curiosity beats control every time. A secure person asks questions. They reflect back what they heard. They propose solutions instead of ultimatums. They don't use deadlines about money, housing, or commitment. They can table hot topics and revisit when you're both calm. That's emotional intelligence in action. Shared values anchor the bond. You connect over health routines, faith, volunteering, hobbies, travel style, and how you handle responsibilities. Values create decisions that money can't buy. If you enjoy simple dinners, walks, and consistent conversation, you're investing in what lasts. Look at how they treat your routines. Healthy partners protect your schedule. They respect your bedtime, exercise time, standing lunches with friends, and financial check-ins. They don't turn every plan into a test of devotion. They adapt. You adapt. Nobody sacrifices core stability. Here's the quick test. Can you state a boundary and get empathy? Can you ask for verification and get cooperation? Can you involve your advisors and get collaboration? If yes, you're in secure territory. The shift is this. You're not avoiding love. You're choosing structure that lets love grow without risking what you built over 4 decades. Real partners at this stage understand that. They've built something too. They want protection, not access. The bottom line is simple. Separate romance from finance with clear timelines. You protect your life's work without giving up on love. Start this week. Set your 12-month no-merge rule. Tell your next date, I keep finances separate for the first year. Watch their reaction. Respect stays, extraction fights, set up that advisor team. Practice saying no to money requests. For the legal documents that lock this down, prenups, trusts, and bulletproof powers of attorney, watch the next video. Subscribe for weekly tools that protect what you built while you build what's next.